Ready, sir.
Good morning, my dear friends. In this presentation, I am going to talk about the role and significance of scripts in the importance of being honest. You know, first thing we have to understand is what is script. Script is anything that is written. Um, in the importance of being honest, we come across certain written documents or inscriptions. For example, there is the inscription on the cigarette case that is produced by LG before Jack. Uh, it is actually indicative of the purpose for this present. This is a gift from little Cecily to Jack, Uncle Jack. The second one is obviously Lady Bracknell's little book of memorandum book, in which she notes down the particulars of all eligible suitors for the hand of Gwendolen. And Lady Bracknell points out that her the list is similar to some other society ladies. The third one is obviously the address that is written by Gwendolen under Jack's dictation, and also the address jotted down on his shirt sleeves by LG, who overhears this. The fourth written script is obviously alluded to, but not produced then and there. It is the manuscript of the 3-volume novel of Miss Prism. The next one is also the record of an imaginary love affair between Cecily and the elusive Earnest. The last one is also the notebook kept by Gwendolen, in which she also writes down her innermost thoughts. That is the diary, Gwendolen's diary, that she carries during any train trip to read about sensational matters. Now, in the importance of being honest, these inscriptions, scripts, and manuscripts play very significant roles. Let us discuss the role played by each one of them one by one. The first thing that comes to our mind is obviously the inscription on the cigarette case. It is this that arouses the curiosity of LG, the double dealer. He had heard about Cecily and had also made certain searches. But ultimately, this cigarette case and its inscription leads to the ultimate discovery of Jack's country residence. And obviously, coupled with the address written on his shirt sleeve by LG, after overhearing the same being dictated to Gwendolyn, these two lead to the visit of Algernon to Jack's Hertfordshire residence. Obviously, it leads to certain complications in the story because whereas Jack has impersonated Earnest in the city of London, LG is going to impersonate Earnest in front of or before Cecily. This leads to the love affair between Cecily in flesh and blood, which was earlier only make-believe, ultimately blossoms into a passionate affair. Howsoever misguided, howsoever childish, this love affair really materializes. The next one is obviously the address written down by Gwendolyn, because ultimately Gwendolyn also visits Jack's country house, and because both the girls think that they are in love with and engaged to, at least in the spirit of the term, to someone with the name of Earnest, obviously it also leads to certain complications. I have not forgotten, but I have overlooked the memorandum book of Lady Bracknell, because this introduces another strand of this story. The mercenary marriage in and through which marriageable women are commodified by their mothers is hinted at by the content of the memorandum book that Lady Bracknell keeps. It seems that she is hell-bent on marrying her daughter off to the highest bidder without caring a jot for any mutual attraction that may or may not exist between the contracting parties in marriage, Gwendolyn and her would-be husband. The next one is obviously Cecily's very romantic, very childish, very misguided, and yet very hilarious correspondence and notes kept on or about her imaginary affair with the non-existent Earnest. You see, here there is not only a record of the ups and downs of the affair, but also fictitious letters written to Earnest by Cecily and written by Earnest to Cecily. Obviously, everything is written by Cecily under the mistaken notion that sin, wickedness, crime, and dark affairs of all sorts are more attractive than the sedate attitude and pseudo-gravity shown by her guardian, Uncle Jack. In some ways, this is also a dig at the notion of romantic love that in many ways are debunked by or scoffed at by Oscar Wilde in this play. This play is a critique of the romantic notion of love and marriage that will be discussed in some detail in another of my presentations. Needs to be looked into in some detail. Well, the counterpart of this is Cecily's own diary. Gwendolen's own diary, kept about an imaginary engagement between Earnest, meaning Jack, and herself. The flippancy and vacuity of Gwendolen's nature is brought to the fore by it because it is just sensational matter written with an utter disregard of truth or veracity. Now we come to the manuscript, which in a way sets the narrative ball rolling. Obviously, I am talking about the manuscript of the 3-volume novel written by Miss Prism, because this unwittingly leads to all the complications of the play in the manner of other Victorian 3-decker novels. Miss Prism, too, had tried to fulfill her literary aspirations by writing the 3-volume novel in which the good ended happily and the bad, or with the wicked ended unhappily, as she says to Cecily. Here, the moral hypocrisy of the entire age or certain sections of the age is brought out in a very clear, concise way. Obviously, Miss Prism had misplaced the 3-volume novel in its manuscript form in the perambulator, whereas she, in a fit of utter carelessness, had placed the baby Jack in a handbook, in a handbag, the cloakroom of a great London station. Obviously, this led to Jack being lost as missing, abandoned, and this leads to all the subsequent complications that encompasses not only unhappiness for Jack to a large extent, but also the confusion with the name Earnest and its dubious wearers. So, the triviality of the subject and the seriousness of its treatment are both brought to the fore with the help of the written communication that I have discussed heretofore. I hope this discussion will help you in understanding the role and significance of script in a tale of in the importance of being honest. Thanks for listening. This much for now. Well, this is a supplementary presentation on the topic, the significance and role of the script in the importance of being honest. Actually, I am making this presentation in response to a question raised by Saurav Hajra. Actually, he had asked me to clarify the relationship or the difference between script and manuscript. See, manuscript comes from manu and scriptus. Manu is hand and scriptus means writing. So writing by hand is manuscript. Yes. Okay. Secondarily, manuscript may also mean the unpublished copy of any work, any literary work. For example, the 3-volume novel written by Miss Prism. You remember while talking to LG, Cecilia had said that you may read it when it is published. This is my private communication meant for publication. So, manuscript is that. Now, script can mean scriptus. Script actually comes from scriptus, as I have already told you. It means writing. So, anything that is written is script, including manuscript of any work. It can also mean any inscription, small inscription on a piece of paper or anything else. Everything is script. Script is writing. So even though I had talked about during my preparation of the discussion topics, I have said the role and significance of manuscript. But while discussing this, actually, while thinking about this, I thought it would be easier for me and for you also to include anything, for example, the script, the inscription, little inscription on the cigarette case and all that. That is why I thought it will be easier for us and it will be more telling if we include all the written communication. And because, even little inscriptions, as I have pointed out in my detailed discussion of the role and significance of the script, play very significant roles in the importance of being honest. Be it the plot function of providing information or impetus to move forward, or it may also be furthering while's purpose of debunking or criticizing, satirizing various Victorian conventions and practices. So, script includes manuscript and other inscriptions. So, in a way, script is has got a wider field of signification. That is why I have used it here. I hope this discussion will satisfy you and clarify the point that Saurav has wanted to know from me. So this much for now.